I want to go back to Senator Risch's and others' comment about social media, because that, to me, is the most insidious aspect of what we're seeing right now. Because social media platforms, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, they're all being used to market and sell pills that are laced with fentanyl. Right now, Senator Marshall and I have a piece of legislation named after a young man from Kansas who, much like Senator Ricketts' housewife, bought a fake prescription online on Snapchat. He thought it was Percocet. He took a half a pill and he died. And I think we've got to do more to force our social media companies to be responsible. So can I ask each of you what you're doing? And I appreciate, Secretary Robinson, that this is not necessarily your area of responsibility, but it seems to me, much as we're talking about, we've got how we have to engage globally, that we also have to engage all of the ways in which people are getting access to fentanyl and illicit drugs. So what are each of you doing to engage the social media companies, and what should we be doing as Congress to shut down these platforms that are being used to sell drugs?
Senator, thank you. Clearly, there's a lot more that social media platforms can do. President Biden called them out for big tech in the State of the Union last Tuesday. We're looking forward to working with you, Congress, to figure out what those solutions are, but it's very clear when illegal activity happens with those platforms, that cannot be tolerated any longer. So we're looking forward to working with you on that.
Administrator.
Thank you, Senator. We have told the social media companies that American lives are being lost because of what is happening on their platforms, and we have asked them to do more. We have not seen them doing more. So I would welcome the opportunity, DEA would welcome the opportunity to work with this committee and others on the Hill to get to what I think are the two core goals. One is accountability. Right now, we are not seeing sufficient accountability for the lives being lost. The second is full transparency. As I sit here today, Senator, I cannot tell you how the algorithms operate on any of these social media platforms. I can't explain the algorithms that are connecting the traffickers, the cartels, with potential buyers. I can't tell you the algorithms that those companies are using to purportedly remove illegal content. What I can tell you, and I also can't tell you how many people they have working for their social media companies that are actively engaged on these issues. What I can tell you is that on a regular basis, we are on these social media websites, platforms, and we are seeing drug marketing and drug sales for these fake prescription pills, fake Oxys, fake Adderall, fake Percocet, that have been up for months. And so we know enough is not being, like, whatever the social media companies are doing, it is nowhere near enough to save lives.
Thank you very much. Secretary Robinson.
Senator, thank you so much for that question. I would just add that we understand the social media platforms play a role, but it's e-commerce across the board. It's freight forwarders across the board. It's chemical producers, both globally and internally across the board. The private sector across the board has a responsibility, and I look forward to working with my colleagues, both here at the table and within the interagency, in getting at that responsibility, engaging with the private sector on this issue.
Well, I certainly agree with you. It's broader, but my grandchildren aren't on those commercial websites on a daily basis. They are on the social media sites. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.